Okay, well, we were looking to accentuate the positive when it came to politicians, and frankly, that's not an easy job. And so as your three Metro columnists here at the Orlando Sentinel, what we ended up deciding after we had some discussion is that most of our best politicians, those who seem to be doing the best publicly received jobs, are actually the local ones. And Beth, why don't you go ahead and start with two that you think are getting pretty good reviews?
Sure. So the first that comes to mind, somebody I wrote about recently, Lee Constantine, former state legislator, now a Seminole County commissioner, has taken a lead on the bear issue. It's an important issue for Seminole County. It's a public health issue. It's an environmental issue. And I think what Constantine has done recently is force the county to have an actual serious discussion about it.
Also, he's new to the board, so shaking it up a little bit.
He's shaking it up. He's definitely agitating some of the other commissioners. And, you know, he hasn't accomplished anything yet, but in Seminole County, considering the first bear mauling was 18 months ago, this counts for at least some progress.
And who else? Another one in Seminole, I think.
Yeah, another one in Seminole County, just purely by coincidence. But I got to go with the Seminole County School Board right now, and specifically Superintendent Walt Griffin. He's not elected. But the school board is elected, and they've all come together, and they have been really vocal and have taken the lead again on testing.
Right.
And they are urging the state of Florida to move toward a simplified testing format, so using maybe the SAT or the ACT versus the state-created test.
And they are making statewide news for that, absolutely. Darryl, how about you?
Well, Scott, I've chosen Imogene Stiegel, who runs the Lake County Elections Office, and it's not for anything that she's done recently, but what she's always done. Even as technology has changed in elections from paper ballots to online voter registration, which Florida will welcome in 2016, she has remained steadfast in her management style. She has run campaigns, elections rather, that have been free of even the whiff of scandal or partisanship. She has spent only what needs to be spent to run her office, and she has treated voters with respect. At age 89, she is among a vanishing breed of old school public servants, with the accent being on servant.
Fair enough. And who else you got?
Well, the second person, while Stiegel is a seasoned veteran, Viviana Janner, who is a newcomer in Osceola County, is already creating seismic change. She is the first Hispanic woman and second woman in general on the county commission, and she was behind the human rights ordinance that Osceola County recently adopted, which is banning discrimination among gays and transgenders, which should dovetail nicely into Osceola's nascent interest in economic development by courting high-tech industries.
Okay, good. All right, well, we've gotten Seminole, Lake Osceola. I guess I'll bring it home and do one in Orange County. One of my picks would be Orange County Comptroller Martha Haney, who just recently announced that she's going to step down. She has brought an eagle-eyed financial watchdog to the Orange County issues for many years, and really, despite being involved in a lot of controversial things, has always been the adult in the room, in my estimation. And then if there's one other to sort of end this on a very local official who I think has had a big impact, it would be Sanford Mayor Jeff Triplett. And the reason I say that is you look back to the Trayvon Martin, Sanford had the potential to be a powder keg. And Jeff Triplett was the guy who sort of stepped up, along with Corinne Brown, but said, hey, let's listen to everybody, let's get everybody's side. And I think helped improve the whole region. So he's a guy I think's been doing pretty well in general.
Yeah, it's interesting because our picks are a mix of people who I think have pretty long futures ahead of them and have higher aspirations, and then two that have recently announced their resignation.
That's right. So that was some shoes to fill.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Orlando Sentinel newspaper, check it out, yeah. Do us the favor. Promise that you will love it later. I promise we got Central Florida flavor, yeah.